Okay, video part two here. Uh, we've got our views here. One of the things, if you've placed your base view and already created this, and you need another view, we can go to projected, and then you choose your base view you're going to project from, and then you can drag it to whichever way that you need to go. Okay, now, I'm not going to place one here, but that's that. And if you notice when we were repositioning them, you move the base view and the projected views move with it. All right, so here's the steps that I usually go through when I'm dimensioning drawings. I will start with center lines first. I make sure I got, my hidden lines are showing right. If I've got tangent edges from fillets and those sort of things, I make sure that those are all showing. I get everything set up in my right scale and position. And then I go to the Annotate tab, and I want to put my center lines in first. Okay, so I'm going to go center mark, and you're just going to have to play with these a little bit to see how they work. Okay, so I highlight that circle and I place that mark, and you can see because it's so short, it doesn't show much on the end there. Okay, but I'm still in my command, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to place one here. All right, and you saw it did 3 lines around. Now if I do the circle here, it gives me 4 lines around. Now here's a way to deal with that is you select that center mark and grab one of the handles, and then you can pull it out. Okay, I would recommend doing your largest radius when you've got concentric items like this, because that gets the same size on the outside as opposed to doing this, and you can extend the small one on the inside. Now for this one, we could actually pull it out a little bit bigger. And you just want to visually kind of get those to be equal in size so that they look right. Now we're going to play with that a little bit more. So let's take this one out and go back in and put a larger one there. Okay. Oh, my mouse. All right. Now for these holes, I can go with this center mark right here, the center line bisector, and I choose the 2 lines, and it will put it in the midpoint of the line. And just like in AutoCAD with line types, here we really don't deal with line type scales in Inventor, but if the line is too short, that center line pattern won't show up. It'll just be a solid line. Okay, in our drawing here, let's go ahead and put a center mark inside here. And I'm going to use the smaller one. And if you notice it extended those lines all the way over onto the object line. But if we think about our little rules that we follow, that's not the best way to do that, to stop it on an object line. So I'm going to pull those back in. This one would be okay. It's joining with this line. So that one looks okay. So I've got my center marks put in. Next, I would set about dimensioning. Let me go back to my notes. Okay, so we'll start with our linear dimensions up here in our top view. So I just go dimension, and I choose that circle, this arc, and then I can pull that dimension out. And if you notice, you get little snaps, little presets. You just got to watch those because they may not be. This will pop up unless you uncheck edit dimension when created. Okay, I usually uncheck that because most of the time I don't have to edit a dimension. If I do, then I can easily go back in and edit it. Okay, I'm still in my dimension command, so I want to go. And you can choose the center marks, or you can choose the feature. Okay, so I got those. Let's see, I want to do a width of this since I don't have a side view that I'm dealing with. Those are all the linear dimensions in the top view. Dimension. Let's do one here. Okay, so if I go and just click the line, it'd be like dimensioning an object in AutoCAD. It will pick that up for me. The one thing you really got to watch is your extension lines, that it maintains a 1/16 inch gap between there. Trying to think of an example of how I could show you how one. So if I click this line and pull it out, notice the extension lines start way back on the inside there, and there is no gap. So you really want to watch that and not do that, because that is a bad form. Looks bad. Okay, so that's got our linear dimensions. Now let's do some diameter and radius dimensions on these things. And we still just use the dimension command. And so you can go back up and click it. You can hit D on the keyboard and it will activate dimension. So let's go with our hole here. And our radius here. And our diameter of this hole. And let's see, we want a radius of this. Let's put these on the inside, just so you can see how it is. Okay. Dimensioning in Inventor is so much easier than AutoCAD. It's just amazing how easy it is. Now, let's see. As we were placing these, I've already got a couple of them placed. Let's place another one here, and I'll show you. When I go to place it and I pull it out, if I right-click, I've got some options here of if I want my arrowheads on the inside, a leader from the center. So you see how that changed that look, okay? That leader, with the arrowhead on the inside. I'm going to uncheck that. I'm going to get back to my normal there. Jog, this is not a good example on jog, but dimension type. Okay, if I did not want radius, but I want diameter, I can change that. Maybe I want angular, okay, for the angle of the arc. Okay, of course, 180 degrees, that wouldn't do much good there. Arc length. Okay, so I've got quite a bit of options when I'm placing the dimension. And we'll play with those a little bit more as we go on. Okay, now let's look at our isometric view here. I'm trying to, there we go. And let's place some center marks up here. And see, it places them pretty much in the isometric plane, except for that one. That one it won't do because it's a hole, yes, but it's on a curved surface, so it will not pick one up. We can try drawing. It's just really hard to get a center mark to show up on that. So we're just really, we're just going to let that one slide. Okay, I'm going to pause the video now, and we'll move on to the next part of this. So I'm going to go ahead and save my file and pause the video and be right back.